All right. Welcome, everybody, to our call today. We're so excited to have you with us. We had one of these giveaway calls a few months ago, and it was super exciting. So it's beautiful to see all of the participants here today on the call. And I'm so excited for one of you to receive an Ollie Life device today. So, as I mentioned, I'm Kirsty, and I love talking about the Ollie Life devices. I purchased my first device in July last year. And so it's been a little while. And today is really about education, awareness, and possibility. And we're going to explore the emerging world of frequency wellness technology, specifically PEMF and terahertz technology, and why there's so many people around the world that are becoming curious about it. And I just want to say to you that we're not here to diagnose or treat or cure. And if we can just, if everyone, when you come in, please, if you can just put your microphone on mute.
And maybe, Avita, if you, as the co-host, sweetheart, just keep an eye on that. And if you hear noises, find them, and you can, as a co-host, you can mute people.
Yeah. Thank you. But if you also notice it and you're able to do that for yourselves, we are almost full. The room is almost full, which is so exciting. We currently have 83 people here and we can only take 90. So that's amazing. I just want to really clarify that we're not here to diagnose or cure. We're not here to make claims. Everything that we share tonight is educational in nature, and any testimonials shared, which will be shared later, they are personal experiences. And I tell you, these personal experiences are super powerful. So first up, we want to share a short educational video. And again, our intention is to spark curiosity. So that's what we're doing here, is we're sparking curiosity. We really want you to explore this technology for yourself, because that's what we all did. And that's why we decided to jump on board. So I'm going to play this short video for you, and sit back and enjoy.
This is the raw documented timeline of PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. Not pills, not scalpels. Controlled signals of energy that speak the body's own electrical language. A technology so aligned with nature, it was hidden in plain sight, sidelined, overlooked, and pushed to the margins as modern medicine turned toward chemicals and machines. But the timeline reveals everything. 1880s, Tesla unleashes the spark. Nikola Tesla steps onto the world stage and demonstrates something mind-blowing. High-frequency electromagnetic energy can flow through the human body without harm. Cells respond instantly. Tissue comes alive. He proves the body isn't just chemical, it's electrical at its core. The scientific world is electrified. Then mainstream medicine shifts toward drugs and surgery, and the entire field of electrotherapy is quietly pushed into the shadows. Tesla's vision? Buried for decades. 1950s to 1960s, the Cold War Shadow War. While the West bets everything on blockbuster drugs, the Soviet Union and Eastern Bloc turned PEMF into frontline hospital medicine. Fractures heal at astonishing speeds. Tissue rebuilds itself. Cosmonauts carry the technology into orbit to survive the brutal, bone-wasting void of space. The data is overwhelming. Yet in the West, governments and medical institutions label it fringe. The research fades from view. The 7.83 Hertz Schumann resonance, Earth's own low-frequency electromagnetic backdrop, remains one of the most intriguing signals in the story. 1979, the moment the establishment cracks then. 1979. The FDA clears a PEMF device for a specific bone healing use. A breakthrough technology now has a place inside clinical medicine. The silence is shattered. Bones that doctors called impossible suddenly heal. The world gets its first public proof. Pulsed electromagnetic fields can influence biology in powerful ways. 1980s to 2000s, the space age recovery frontier. But the real revolution is happening above the planet. In space, astronauts lose up to 2% bone and muscle every single month. NASA pours millions into advanced research and explores PEMF among the technologies tied to recovery and repair. Their patents add fuel to the fascination. Cellular repair draws fresh scientific attention. Recovery signals intensify. Tissue repair pathways become impossible to ignore. Years later, the technology begins drawing wider attention back on Earth. 2011, the leap that opened a new chapter in oncology. 2011, building on PEMF's electromagnetic foundation, Tumor Treating Fields earns FDA approval for the deadliest brain cancer known. The same principles that heal bone now disrupt cancer cell division at the microscopic level. No chemicals, no radiation, just precise frequencies changing the game while patients live their lives.
These are Robert's MRIs, again, under only TT field treatment. This is a therapy that takes time to work. It's a medical device. It works when it's on. But what we can see is by month 6, the tumor has responded and has begun to melt away. It's still there. By month 12, we can argue whether there's a little bit of material around the edges, but it's essentially completely gone.
The timeline just went nuclear. Today, the veil is lifting for everyone. Now the timeline reaches you. PEMF is studied and used across orthopedics, rehabilitation, pain management, sports recovery, and the exploding frontier of cellular regeneration. Clinics, athletes, homes. The same force once explored in elite research settings and echoed in the Earth's natural electromagnetic environment is finally available. The old skepticism, cracking, the silence, ending. This is the hidden timeline of life itself. They tried to bury it. Institutions stayed quiet. The medical world looked the other way. But PEMF is not alternative medicine. It is one of the oldest and most fascinating bioelectric ideas in medicine. The Earth's own electrical code, now in your hands. The secret your body has been waiting for.
Amazing. Are you there, Belle?
Yes, I'm here. I'm Annabelle. I'm just going to speak a little bit to how we're all feeling, the masses at the moment. So many people are feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed, and disconnected from their bodies, which are carrying inflammation and pain. What excites us about Ollie Life is that they have made wellness technology accessible and affordable for everybody. The vision is simple: for everyone to have the opportunity to live an Olympic life with frequency and people being their number one priority. The focus is on supporting wellness naturally through technology designed to work, supporting the body and its own powerful healing abilities. So self-empowerment has always been one of my missions, and this really enables us to take our own health and well-being into our own hands. We'll go to the next slide.
Sure can.
Thank you. So Ollie Life is a global wellness technology company focused on frequency-based wellness devices. They've expanded rapidly through Asia and now growing internationally. What stood out to us was the combination of wellness technology, affordability, global accessibility, and strong community with a driven mission. It is about tools that can support well-being, recovery, relaxation, and vitality. So the company has been around in Asia for over just 3 years now, and has come to the West for the last year. So there's testing, and I think Kirsty, you were going to speak to that.
Yeah, I was so blessed to be a part of a contingent of 100 people from around the Western world that went to China and Singapore in January to visit the headquarters in Xiamen and in Singapore. And it was a really powerful trip. We met the owner of the company, and he spoke of, one of the things I loved was how he spoke of the actual beginning of the company. So the P90, if you've heard of the P90, is called the P90 because there were 89 prototypes that were created before the P90 was the one that was actually successful and was achieving what it was that they wanted to achieve. And when they talk about the R&D, is the company is so dedicated to the research and development. And the owner told a funny story about how he was really dedicated to the R&D, and the company was like running a loss at one point, and they were saying to him, you need to do something about this. And he said, no, we need to perfect this product. And for me, it was about witnessing the integrity of the quality of the products, and also allowing creating the business plan that they have that supports the people that actually purchase this technology and want to share this technology. And we'll talk more about that today. But it really has, it's been successful in Asia for the 3 years before coming to the West. And now it's coming to the West in just last year, actually. And it's really, people are feeling it. Like we were just talking before we came on, and so many people are feeling this, and there are so many of us who are, quite empathic, and we're tuned into frequency, and we can feel what this is. And we just know that there is something about this, and that's why we feel drawn to it. And that leads me into the next slide, which is that our body is electric. And this is part of why we can feel it, because every heartbeat, every thought, every emotion that we have is an electrical signal. And when those signals are strong, you thrive. But when they weaken, we know this, everything in life feels heavier. As Annabelle said at the start, people are feeling like they're in a bit of a wellness crisis. And so our bodies are electric. And this technology that is coming forth, and that beautiful video at the start, really helped to speak to the timeline of the West, which moved to the pharmaceutical model, and the East kept moving with frequency. And now the veils are thinning, and more people are being able to see that this technology is potentially something that's there. And once again, I think skepticism is healthy. And everything that we share with you today here, we invite you and encourage you even to research for yourself, because that's super important. And so our bodies are electric. And what does that mean for you? So I'm going to hand to Melissa now to talk a little bit more about that.
I'm doing the modern stresses, Kirsty, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So basically, what I said before is, like, most people are running on empty, and stress really being the biggest impact on our health and our lives. Our bodies don't function as well. We get poor sleep. We have environmental toxins that our body needs to deal with, and we're getting constant stimulation from devices needing to be switched on all the time, and that can leave us feeling flat and disconnected from our bodies. Other things like lack of sunlight obviously is another thing. So our bodies can be depleted, and it's still amazing how they can heal. It just takes a lot longer and becomes more and more difficult as we get older and older and they get depleted. So I think a lot of people have worked out that supplements and quick fixes don't last or make much of a difference in their lives, and they're looking for ways to support their nervous system, which for me has been one of the biggest game changers of these devices. My nervous system feels regulated and balanced, which then obviously gives my body the power to heal so much better. Yeah. That's me.
Beautiful. Thanks, Bella. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I really think everything boils down to energy vibrating at a specific frequency, and that is absolutely, we're not separate to that. And we are so barraged with, the toxins in our waters, in our food, in our air. We all get different levels of sleep, and we all move differently. We all have different environments that we are exposed to on a daily basis. And so this is a beautiful technology where we can bring in the frequency devices to balance and mitigate those exposures that we have on a daily basis. You know, I'm a big advocate for inner gardening, and so many people are searching for ways to feel more balanced and calm and energized and grounded again, and as well as those inner gardening rituals, you know, being able to sit with yourself and weave in this beautiful device into your daily rituals is such a bridge, you know, in that, and that frequency wellness is becoming a part of the conversation, focusing on supporting people to support themselves on a cellular, like on an energetic level. And so it's really bridging that gap between what's possible for our innate nature and coming back to recognizing that our bodies are the most potent technology on this earth. And if we can provide it an environment to function in its optimum, then we're going to thrive. Yeah, and it actually, which leads into the next video that Kirsty's going to show, is the live blood analysis video. And so this really opens up a powerful conversation around how, on a cellular level, this technology supports our well-being.
Yeah, this video is so simple and so powerful, just like this technology. It shows in just a few short seconds what we can do using this technology. This is from one of the members of our community, Katrina, and she purchased her device around the same time that I did last year in July, and this was taken with her in concert with her naturopath. So I'm just going to play this and let you see the power of this video. Whoops, where's the play button? I've lost it. There it is.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Holy smoke, how separate they are.
It is amazing. Those are blood cells. If you haven't seen a live blood analysis before, those are blood cells. And at the beginning, they're sticky and slowly moving. And just after a 20-minute session on a P90 Plus, that was the result of Katrina's blood cell analysis. And so that's super powerful technology.
Yeah, and all of these, all of the information that you're receiving today is validated by research, thorough research. The PEMF technologies, for example, it's been researched for decades, was explored in areas like recovery, circulation, wellness support. Even NASA, they were looking into, or did use the frequencies to support the astronauts in space, because they were finding their bones, for example, were degenerating. And this was because they were away from the Schumann resonance, like the magnetic field of Mother Earth and the pulse that nature gifts us. And so when we're farther away from that, and when we're moving away from that natural innate frequency, our wellness declines. And so what's important here is that we focus on the innate nature. There are no claims, because we are all so individual. There are no claims to be able to say this will happen for you or this will be your experience. It really is up for you to go and do your own research into the research. And that's what we invite you into. For example, PubMed is a really incredible website that shows thousands of studies detailing the beautiful discoveries they've had through PEMF frequencies, and how it might support you in the health expression or ailment that you're experiencing specifically.
Yeah. Thanks, Melissa. And I love that quote there that's on that: when cellular energy production is compromised, the body moves out of optimal function. And you can see that visual representation there on the left. And as Melissa's saying, you know, that research is so important. You're doing your own research to support your own body. That was one of the things that I really loved about this technology as well, is, as Annabelle said, it's making it available to the masses. It's making us able to access this bridging technology in the comfort of our own homes in a self-responsible way. And to me, that's I have a background as a naturopath and a holistic healer. And to me, that's what I always want for my clients, for my friends, for my family, is for them to be able to access whatever it is that they need to access to resource their own bodies. And it's one of the reasons I was drawn to this particular technology as well. So what I would love to do now is, we have so many stories in our community of people that have had the results. So again, we're not here to give you any claims. We're not here to make claims or talk about diagnostics or curing anything. People are just sharing their own experiences of this technology because it's been super powerful. So I'm going to stop the screen share now, and I'm going to bring us back to all the people, because that's fun. And I'm going to ask a few of the members of our community to raise your hand, please, that have agreed to giving a testimonial today, so that we can bring you on and spotlight you. Our room is full, everyone. We've got like over 90 people here. Okay, I'm going to ask Tara to come forth, and then I'm going to spotlight you, honey. Spotlight.
I'm fun.
You're in the spotlight.
Yay me. Hi, everybody. So I definitely got the device. I got my P90 in September of last year. It took a while for me to receive. And then in December, I broke my arm, having a lot of fun, but I broke my arm, the radial head of my right arm. And I couldn't move it. I couldn't rotate it. I couldn't eat. Like, I was eating with my left hand and I'm right-handed. And the one thing that really helped me was the P90 Plus's Revitalux massager. I actually brought it up to the area for spot treatment, and I was shocked. My doctor was shocked. My physical therapist was shocked how quickly I was recovering from a break that they were afraid. And this is what he said: if this doesn't mend well, we're going to have to take that part of the bone out and replace it. And I wanted nothing to do with surgery. I definitely didn't want part of my bone replaced by something that wasn't me. And in the end, I needed no surgery and the function of the bone, but also all the ligaments, all the way to the wrist, really healed quickly. The other thing I wanted to share is, I've shared this with a lot of my clients. So clients in person, but also clients that I have never met in person. And one of the things that they keep letting me know is that their nervous system feels different, that their ability to think is different. They sleep deeper, and their relationships feel less friction. And so I was like, wow, I wasn't even looking for that. But it shows what happens with the inflammation in our body, that all these people are coming back to me and just saying, this is wild. So thank you.
Amazing. Thanks, honey. And it was so awesome to witness that arm healing when you had that experience. It was so fantastic to be your friend. And we live on opposite sides of the world, but the wonders of technology, and to witness the healing that took place as a result of you using that technology. So thank you for sharing that story today. Casey, come forth, my love. Now I'm just going to remove the spotlight from Tara. Hang on a second. I'm just going to spotlight you.
Hello.
There we go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I purchased my device in August, and beautiful Kirsty sent it to me because I work with clients. I'm a breathwork facilitator and coach and healer. And when she sent it to me, she thought, for your clients. And I said, no, I want this for myself. So 2 years ago, I was told that I had endometriosis. and I was getting really painful cycles for at least the first 2 days. I was in so much pain that I couldn't even pick up my children. I would have to cancel all of my clients. It was an absolute showstopper. And I got my device, and 2 weeks after I received it, I got my first cycle, and it was completely pain free. And I didn't want to believe it, so I didn't tell anyone. And then I got my next cycle, and it happened again. And so, still, that was August. So how 11 months. Still no pain in my cycles, and it has honestly changed. It's changed my life, truly, because every month the anxiety of leading up to my cycle, knowing how much pain I was going to be in, that's completely gone as well. And so really, I couldn't speak more highly of it. And just allows me to feel more grounded, more present, and to respond to life instead of react to life. And my husband as well had suffered from really bad hay fever, and so he would have to take a antihistamine most days. And since we've had it, he hasn't taken one antihistamine. And we live on property surrounded by um, lots of grass. We've got chickens, chicken coops, and all the things, and he still hasn't had to take one. So it's helped both of us, and our families as well, because they seen the difference in us, and so they purchased one. Um, I can see how much it's changing them as well. Even Troy's dad's on it every single day, and he's not someone who generally looks after his health, but he does not miss a day. So it's pretty incredible to see the ripples that it's creating within our family too.
Amazing. Thank you. And if you're in our Resonance Rising community, Troy's video about the day that he was in the chicken pen and realized that he wasn't sneezing is on there, is in that community.
So I've just had someone ask a question, which device you were using, Casey?
I was using the P90.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And in regards to children using the devices as well, it is absolutely safe for children and animals, but again, inviting that discernment where timing, like if you're beginning with children, you might like to pop them on for 5 minutes and definitely at a lower frequency, or you could have children or babies on your knee whilst you're on the device. People can have the animals, cats or dogs, on their knee, and it's absolutely safe because it's mimicking the pulse of the earth. So it's like going and putting your feet on the ground barefoot, but just with on steroids, if you like.
On steroids. Before we have three more people because we want you to hear from ordinary people in our community. But before I bring on Paula, who's our next one, I just wanted to remind everyone, if you haven't seen the chat, Ivita and Fiona are collating all the names of people who have not yet purchased a device and you're not in our community. If you would like to be in the draw today, please place your name in the chat, your full name, so that Ivita can put it on her little spinning wheel. And at the end of the call, we're going to have a fun spinning wheel and someone will win a device. So please do that for the next couple of minutes, and then Ivita will finalize that. Yes, a raffle. That's right. Okay, I'm going to spotlight you, Paula.
Hi, everyone. There are so many shares that I could do around the transformations that I have witnessed in myself, in my friends, in my family, in my community, but I'll just pick a few that really stand out to me. So I have a friend who has really severe restless leg syndrome, and he got on the device. I have a P90 plus. He sat on the device for his first 20 minutes, and it was mostly gone. And this was restless leg that like kept him up at night, that kept his wife up at night, who was sleeping in the same bed with him. And after the first night or first 20 minutes, it was almost gone. And then he came for a second time and it was gone after two times on the device. And then it stayed away, like it didn't come back for like 3 months. and he hadn't been on the device for that 3 months. And then once he started noticing it coming back, and it didn't come back as severe, then he just got on the device again, and it was was at bay again. So that's a really powerful example, because I know a lot of people have restless leg syndrome and don't often see results from the medications that are available for it. I have another friend who had a rotator cuff tear, and so that got repaired. And then the tendon, he also had a tendon reattachment. And despite physical therapy and all of the traditional methods, like, he was still having issues with his shoulder. And the only thing that has really helped him recover is the Ollie Life. And he has the P90 Plus with the claw. That is what helped him with that really helped him, like, give him full range and, like, took away his pain and everything. And I just want to share one more, because this one is so powerful. So I have another friend who has experienced so many benefits from the P90 Plus. She calls it the miracle device, because it has helped her so in so many ways. So she got on it for the first time and slept better than she had ever slept before. She also has, like, arthritis, and she has fibromyalgia, and she has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a disorder that affects the body's connective tissues. And she has depression and ADHD and all of these things. And she came back every day to use the device for, I think it was 8 days in a row. There might have been a day in between some of her appointments, and it lifted her depression. She, the way she described her ADHD is that life would come at her so fast, that everything seemed overwhelming. And when she took other ADHD medications, it would slow things down. But then she found that her body, like, craved what was missing, what she was so used to. And this was the first time using the P90 Plus, was the first time that she felt like it slowed life down and her body didn't crave that speed. So it felt like she was able to do normal things around her house that she hadn't been able to do for years, because they felt too overwhelming. And it took away 85% of her pain from EDS and from arthritis, and from and she, like, the fibro flare-ups were significantly less, as long as she had been on the device on a regular basis. And so I just wanted to share that one, because I think that one's just such a powerful example. And what Tara had shared about the relationships having less friction, like, I have experienced that in my own life. That's one thing that my partner and I have noticed, is that we have less friction, since, like, we're just operating at a higher vibration. We're happier and lighter. So I'm aware of time, so I'll stop there. But there's, like, I could go on and on.
Amazing. You can tell that we're all so passionate about it, right? and quite a lot of us are practitioners as well, and so we're experiencing it but that nervous system support and inflammation support has been so, you'll hear that time and time again from people across the board, is how it's changed the nervous system and also inflammation in people. So I've got two more people that are going to give testimonials, Sarah and Miriam. Rosemary, I noticed that you've put your hand up, but we don't really have time today for an extra testimonial. So thank you. I'm gonna invite Sarah to join us now. I'm just going to spotlight you. There we go.
Hello. I come from a 21-year nursing background, and I'm no longer nursing, but a devotional bodywork practitioner. And I've started popping my clients on for 10 or 15 minutes before they land on my table. And the impact and what I've observed is twofold. One, I feel like I'm having to work not quite as hard to move the energy through their body and the densities that arise through our day-to-day stress, through unprocessed emotions that store in our. And I've also noticed
I think she just dropped off. Okay, maybe she will come back. If she might not be able to get in. I'm going to spotlight Miriam.
Hi everyone, great to see you all. I'm super excited. As I said, I'm still in my onesie and I'm going to do a very succinct and quick testimonial for you all. Anna and Asher showed up. I felt so privileged to our home. They bought everything. I bought everything as a result without even trying it. My husband sat on the PEMF and I just saw, I'm an energetic healer, Reiki master for over 30 years, blah, 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 blah. I saw his whole energy just lift. He'd also been through a sea journey. I don't like to talk about that very much, but I could feel something inside of him shift straight away. Then I, of course, was edging on. I also had a girlfriend here who couldn't move her limbs, and she walked away, not buying one, but she had full range of motion. Now, for me, what happened for me was I created a cold. As soon as I hit Sydney, we'd been on the road for 5 weeks, and a rash. Now, I don't know how I created a rash, but I had a rash. So I had definite things to heal in that moment, not expecting anything. I could feel the energy when I placed my feet on. I was on 2 or 3, I think. Within 10 minutes, I felt a surge of energy, frequency, and I said, sign me up. Ivita's, thank you, forever grateful. And after that, I have no longer a runny nose, which felt like hay fever, and I used to take essential oils and all of that for it. That was on Saturday. My stock hasn't arrived yet, so I am super freaking exciting. I have a potty mouth, so I'll shut the up, and I'll talk to you very soon. If you're on the sideline, I hope one of my team members win it. I hope you all win it, but I hope one goes to mine. Okay, I wouldn't be lying if I said anything different. Infinite love and gratitude. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Miriam. And that's a beautiful story. And there's so many different stories, and it's so great that you received those results like so palpably, so quickly. And other people receive results, but in a slower way, and everyone's different. So yeah, thank you for sharing your experience. I'm so excited for you to get all of your devices. Sarah, you're back. I'm gonna spotlight you again.
Apologies, the frequency is obviously like all around in this house. So yeah, devotional bodywork practitioner. I pop my clients on before the session, and it's made my work easier because I can feel the energies moving through them already. It helps to ground them before they even get grounded on my table. And I've had people reply back and be like, oh my God, what is that? Aside from feeling like they've had this massive hug and their whole nervous system's just kind of calmed down, they've slept better, their pain has been improved out of sight. Yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing little stories like that from people that have been on the device. I had a friend, I popped on the device the day before he went in to have a hip replacement surgery, and he's a healer and incredibly powerful and has moved through the energetics of those processes and used the device afterwards as well. And my nursing understanding from hematology background and the importance of circulation support and all of the things sits and goes, well, of course, because when we support our circulatory system, our entire body system actually functions so much more optimally because we're better oxygenated, and therefore our cells operate better energetically. For me, I received my P90 in October last year, and by that stage I hadn't had a cycle since March earlier that year. And I'm like 46 and I'm going, yep, perimenopause with as much grace as possible. And I'd noticed some joint pains and bits and pieces coming in for me over that time. And what blew me away is that through consistent devotion and being on my device pretty much 99.9% of the time, like I've missed a couple of days, my cycle came back in March, and it was like a normal cycle. And I had another one in April, and so I'm sitting going, yeah, let's see what happens this month. And like Casey, I didn't get incredibly painful cycles, but I could tell that things were moving, and I would get quite ratty. If my dad was on this call, I was a bitch, and horrific, and just those sorts of pieces. I'm really noticing that my nervous system is a lot calmer, and I'm much better able to have the capacity to hold space for my two little humans who are 8 and 10. And whilst I don't force them on their device, I do encourage them to hop on the device. My oldest will go on it more regularly than my youngest, and I just invite them to go be on it for as long as you like. Don't go past like 3. And they'll sit for however old they are, or less if they want to. And my oldest, like both of them are very active. They're very like little ninjas, jujitsu kids. And so they're moving their bodies, they're working them really hard. And there are some little injuries that come up for them through the tuning into their body and not quite being there because they're so excited. And they've sat on it when they've had little pain expressions come up because they've overworked or whatever. And I'm just noticing how much more present they are to their body and the signals that they're receiving as well. And I also sprained my MCL a couple of weeks ago, and I'm really noticing the shift, and the pain is improved so much faster. And I've not taken any pain relief or anything for it. I'm not a big, unless I need it, kind of person these days. And just my mobility in my joints has been incredibly and noticeably more flexible without the kind of pulling discomfort and strain that kind of happens when we're getting a little bit older and running around after two little humans and all of the things. So not like major transformational pieces, which speaks to, the Band-Aid quick fixes that we've been so conditioned and programmed to actually allow our bodies the time and space to heal by just sitting for half an hour and slowing down. And I think the other piece is that our body innately knows what to do. And so it's going to triage that energy to the parts where it actually needs to be focused the most. And so whilst we might sit on a device and we're like, yeah, I've got this ache, maybe your body decides that actually there's something else that needs more attention. And so we may not experience the relief for something that we desperately want it for, but your body is rearranging in itself and sending it where it needs to. And the shifts may be more gradual for those pieces that are front and center, because they're usually the domino piece from like where it actually started. And so there's this core piece for me that I feel it's going to focus more towards what needs most attention. And when we haven't sent our attention to that original space, the more surface level things show up. And it's not actually the surface level thing that needs the attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm just going to lower your hand. Oh, can you lower your hand? I'm just going to see if I can spotlight for a minute. I just wanted to share as well, because something that Sarah said just reminded me too, is and that piece about the surface level, that was definitely my experience when I first started using the device. I noticed that it was going deeper than I was able to go before, because the frequency was accessing a higher frequency within my body. And I actually had some pains come forth, some old pains come forth within me. And because I've done a lot of healing work over the years, I knew that these pains were there because they were coming up for a deeper healing. And so for several months, I was working with the machine to heal at a deeper level. And then I wasn't able to exercise a lot in those few months. And when I went back to exercise, I went back to an exercise exercise that I hadn't done before, and I was doing reformer Pilates. And anyone who's done reformer Pilates, if you can remember back to when you first started, it can take a bit of a toll on your body. And I noticed that I was recovering so quickly because I've always done exercise. I knew that recovery was one of the things. And as I get older, my recovery takes longer too. But my recovery was so fast because I would go to a class and then I would sit on the machine afterwards, and I would notice that the next day I'd be expecting I was going to have, sore legs or sore arms or whatever it was. And I didn't have that. And so whilst it wasn't something that was really big for me, I didn't have, like Miriam, Miriam did have specific things, but I didn't have anything that was a really forefront of my mind that I wanted to heal. I noticed all of these subtle effects for myself, and that's what the P90 and now the P90 Plus have been for me as well. I just saw a question in the chat about the titanium knee replacements, and again, we can't give any advice. And I do know people that have had that do have metals in their bodies and they have used the machines, but it's one of those things where we're encouraging you to speak to your doctor and get the advice. I have a friend who also purchased the device, and she has a pain implant, and she went to her doctor beforehand to ask her doctor what he thought about it. So she did her own research, and it's really important that we don't give you any advice like that you search it for yourselves. And at the same time, there are people in our community that have had really great results, that have knee and hip replacements, that have had really great results with the machine as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your wisdom today and your insights and your experience. I'm just going to share my screen again. And last little call out for those people who have not yet put your name into the chat. If you haven't, please put your full name into the chat, because in a few moments we're going to be sharing our spinning wheel. So I'm just going to hand to, am I handing to you,
Me.
Annabelle? Yes.
Yes, thank you. So you've heard some amazing testimonials about the products, and there was a question about which product. So Ollie Life has created several wellness devices using the unique combination of pulsed electromagnetic frequency and terahertz. So this is unique, and the flagship product is the P90 that you've heard Kirsty, and the P90 Plus that we've been talking about. And the uniqueness around this is how the frequencies are offered into our bodies as well, the way the technology has been designed. So that supports our relaxation, our nervous system regulation, and overall wellness. So you've got a beautiful little screen there of some of the products that are on offer. There's ones focused on eye health and comfort, air quality and recovery support. Also more targeted, the wand is more targeted to injuries and things like that, so we can direct the healing where it is needed the most. So the important thing is they're non-invasive wellness technology designed for us to use in our homes and to share with family and friends, which makes them so accessible. And for me, again, like I said, it's that self-empowerment and self-care that's really an awesome thing to have in our own hands, and not have to go to repeat healing sessions. So it's a one time only. You're sort of spending the money, and then it gives back for the rest of the time that you have ownership of these products. So that's awesome. Me on that one. Melissa?
Thanks, Bella. All right, so what is also, I just felt to add to, I don't think anyone touched on it in the testimonials, but my grandma, she's 94 years old, and she has, she's got all her wits about her, and I adore her to bits. And I gave her one of my devices to use while I was traveling for a month. And I came back, and she is actually going to purchase her own one because she found that the circulation in her body stopped the swelling in her ankles and has changed, like the discoloration has lightened, and most of all, she actually doesn't get cramps in bed at night like she quite regularly did. And so a lot of people are looking at getting this device to support their the elderly, or parents, grandparents, which I would highly recommend giving that a go. And I think what's most exciting about this OliLife company is to be able to partner with a company of great integrity, and they are wanting to give you or us the opportunity to really lead from our hearts and share with people how we can really live our best lives, and that yes, we get a thanks for doing that, and so that is that model of sort of network marketing or multi-level marketing, which I've been involved with on the odd occasion, because I love the idea of being able to do my very best and put my all in, and it not be capped like an hourly rate or a salary, as far as that reciprocity and receiving for what you're giving to people. And so what's really unique about this business model is that there's no like mandatory orderships. You don't have to be purchasing products on a regular basis, which is a total game changer. There's no joining fees or any like, oh, you buy a product at this rate, and then if you want to receive commissions, you need to sign up as a business person. And these are products that have been used for decades around the world in hospitals and in very high-end clinics. And OliLife have made it possible that we can now bring the portable and affordable devices into homes and into small and organic and authentic treatment spaces to share with our friends and families. And so it's the focus is more on the health than the actual hustle and push and force around convincing people. And so that's what really aligns, with me, without having those pressures and aggressive selling techniques. Like, Kirsty and Bella have said, we're here to do a service to humanity as a whole, as cheesy as it sounds, by offering information, and if you resonate, let's go. We'll fully support you in living your best life. And if you don't, we love you anyway. That's cool, because we're all on an individual journey and we're all here to find our own path forward. And we just feel like we're just so excited to be able to share, our path forward.
100%. That's it. It's so that's why we're here, isn't it? Like, we keep talking about this thing because we love it. We're not trying to convince anyone of anything. And I just love that we purchase one device and we can potentially earn income from that just by sharing it with other people. And so one person here today is going to has the potential to earn income without even investing in anything.
Drum roll, let's go.
And that point right now, we've had massive success through Asia over the past few years. We've started to have massive success here in the West, and we're in a growth phase now. And so this is the perfect time for us to be able to come in and use this bridging technology to continue to share this with people and help people to realize that there's a different way, realize that there is a different way to the way that we've been told since World War II, and opening up this frequency technology to the world. So with that, I am going to stop my share, and I'm going to spotlight Ivita, who has all the names.
Oh my goodness, we have got 79 names.
Amazing.
Now let me get this tech down, Pat.
It's so exciting. 79 names.
Okay.
All right, everyone.
Here we
don't hold your
go.
breath.
All righty.
Let's go. Let's go.
Off we
Spin,
go.
spin, spin.
We're all like waiting, bated breath.
Oh,
It's
oh,
stopping.
who is it?
Marie, are you here?
Where are you?
Is Marie here? If you're here, raise your hand.
Uh-oh, she's not here. Let's go.
She's here. Marie,
Oh,
she's here. If you can raise your hand, Marie, then I will spotlight, because I want to spotlight you. If you can stop your share, Ivita.
Yep.
And we'll go back to our people. Can you raise your hand? Let me see if I can find her. Oh my goodness. Gallery. Marie, where are you?
She's getting emotional.
Crying. She's crying. That's okay. We could see her crying.
Does anyone know where she is? Can anyone see her? Fiona, can you see her?
Kirsty, this is a lovely lady I sent you the video of.
Oh my goodness, really? Oh, here she is. Hang on, I'm going to spotlight you, Marie. Can you please put your video
Let's celebrate her.
Can you put your video on, Marie, so that I can spotlight you? Do you know how to do that?
I'm not sure.
Ask to start video.
Congratulations, Marie.
So exciting.
Let us share in your excitement. Let us see you.
I'm going to unmute, ask to unmute. I don't know if she can do it.
Congratulations. Woo!
Yeah, we're super excited for you, Marie. And also so grateful to everyone for being here today. Here we go. There we go. Yes, we can hear you.
I can't put my video on because of the situation that I'm currently in, but I just want to say it was only a few days ago. I've only moved to the place that I'm at, and only a few days ago I met Fiona. I'm actually getting quite emotional. I've come out of a very dangerous situation in my life, and meeting Fiona was completely guided somehow. I don't attend things that Fiona was at on this day. But since I've sat with her 3 times with this incredible equipment, my nervous system was fried, completely fried. It's through a lifetime. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's through a lifetime of living in complete fear. And I said to Fiona, whatever you've done, and even her presence, and speaking about these incredible machines, just the way she's brought this to me, and just utilizing it on my body, and me being able to trust somebody to be able to touch my body the way I've allowed her, has changed so much for me. I have sensation in a leg that I couldn't even feel from being brutalized so many times, and I've only had it 3 times on my leg, and I now can press on my leg and I can actually feel it. I nearly had my neck broken, so she put it on my neck, and I can now move my neck so much more, and it's I just feel like it's a life-saving thing for me more than a life-changing thing. It's kind of like a life-saving thing for my nervous system. For the first time, I actually feel like I'm walking in my own skin. That euphoric feeling after experiencing it, repairing my nervous system has been seriously amazing. So whoever invented this, and as far back as it goes, even to Tesla having all of his work stolen, and for it to be able to be utilized to, assist people like me, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to all of you. But I said to Fiona, I am eternally grateful to you because you've done something for me that's it's literally, in a way, saved my life. So thank you so much.
Oh, Marie, I'm so happy that you've won, and there are so many comments in the chat where people can feel you, and everyone is just so happy that you've won as well. So I'm excited.
What an honour it is to receive your expression, Marie. Thank you. for
Totally.
sharing and being brave and courageous. You have touched each of our hearts, and I just really want to say I honour you. Thank you. Thank you. I
Thank
was like,
you.
damn it, not one of my
Thank you.
people. And then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I love you people, but fuck yes to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Agreed. Marie, this is Miriam. I work with people like you or who have experienced what you've experienced, and my heart. And I just want you to know that you're in a safe space. And if ever you want to reach out, I'm right here.
beautiful.
Thank
This is our
you.
community, so I'm sure that few people on the call can feel this today. And I would really love to thank Fiona and Iveta for being like the angels in the background today. They've run the admin of this call. They've let people in. They've collated all the names, and I'm just so grateful for both of you. Fiona, you are an angel to many people, and thank you for being who you are. You're a beautiful human.
Thank you. Wow.
So, and thank you to my gorgeous co-hosts, Annabelle and Melissa. I feel so blessed that I get to do this giveaway. It's been modeled to me by my mentors, Anna and Luigi, and and I get so blessed. I feel so blessed that we're able to do this now in our community. So thank you, everybody who has been on the call today. Thank you to Marie for saying yes, and I really look forward to seeing you as we move forward together. Thank you. And we are complete today. And yeah, if you do want to know more, please reach out to the person who invited you here. Or if you know that you're ready to get started, please reach out as well. If you have any questions, we're here. I'm available. Everyone else who's here is available to you as well. And yeah, just thanks for joining today and making the energy in this room so awesome.
And Kirsty,
yes,
one last thing.
Yep.
Thank you for your generosity.
Yes.
I really, from my heart to yours, it is a massive thing to be able to share out with the people that I love the opportunity to have won a free device and to be able to create interest for them to be inspired for what's possible in their lives. I just really want to honor you for that. And thank you for the opportunity to get to co-host with you and Bella. I've absolutely loved it, and thank you for everybody for being here.
Thanks, everyone.
Amazing.
So much
Thanks,
love.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.